What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be building the ultimate spring fishing kit for under $100.
Nice fish. Next cast, fish. Go hard right there. He put slack in my line. There he is again. Wait, your line and your rod just broke. How did that even? Jesus, huge snake. Oh my gosh. That is a nice fish. Stay down, my goodness.
Now, you do not have to spend a ton of money to catch largemouth bass, but that is especially true in the springtime. When we transition from winter to spring, those bass have the tendency to come up out of that deep water and become a little bit more aggressive. Once we have our loaded fishing kit, we're gonna head out to some local bodies of water, put all these lures and presentations to the test, and hopefully we can come away with a nice big old butterball of a largemouth bass today. Let's head inside. Let's see how we do. Also, get in that comment section to let me know what your go-to spring fishing lure or technique is. Let's get inside. Let's see how we do. Now I'm gonna try to keep things simple today. We've really got three categories of lures that we're interested in finding. Soft plastics, which, there's a bunch of different kinds and ways to rig them this type of year. Wire baits and hard baits. We're just gonna rip through all of the things that I wanna have in my springtime tackle box for where I live in the Southeast. But I'm gonna try to put stuff in this tackle box that could literally work anywhere. I always like to see a good clearance section where I'm doing videos like this, but I don't wanna start in the clearance section. But if we end up with a few bucks left over in our budget, we can always come back over here and see what they got on sale. Now, tackle box is included in this budget, so we're gonna have to be really careful to not blow too much of our budget right off the bat. Now, these Rapala tackle boxes actually look super nice, but they're $17, and we got this old Flambeau right here for $9.99, but it's the same size tackle box. In fact, oh shoot, it's a little bit bigger too, so that actually works out quite well. But that is $10 of our budget right off the rip, but we gotta have something to hold all this gear on our fishing adventure today, so I think that's a solid start. Dude, serious question, when did Strike King completely change their packaging, man? Look at this. That's kind of crazy. It's like a throwback look. It's like more original, or like more old school, I want to say. I don't know, have you guys noticed this yet? Like, look, there's a whole section now. It's a whole section of stuff that's branded this way. I kind of dig it from Strike King, I'm not even gonna lie. Now, that particular lure is $11.99, so that's the kind of stuff we're trying to avoid, really, in today's video. Also, I'm noticing a ton of this Crush City, which I know just kind of popped up, I guess, last year. But they've got like whole end caps of this stuff, and they make like every single soft plastic, so we might have to try to grab a Crush City today as well. Okay, so I've already made my soft plastic selections, and I'm going kind of fast because I'm excited to go fishing today, boys. But this is what I got going on right here, and I think I can explain why I picked these four baits. First of all, if you guys don't know about the bubblegum trick worm, I mean, this thing is absolutely deadly in the spring. I really like using these trick worms in the bright, vibrant colors. I fish a lot of dirty water, which, these colors stand out well in, but also just highly pressured ponds. There's something about that color pink and that smaller worm. Just does really well. Kind of on that same note, I saw these right here for $3.99, and look at the color. It's like banana candy color, but Texas rig this thing, weightless Texas rig, flip it on a bass bed or something. And with these two guys, we've got the bright color worm thing covered. Trick worms were $8. They're $7.99, which I didn't want to pay that much, but we just have to have them. These were $3.99, so that's a cool little 12 bucks right there on those two packs. But then we've got our lizard and our creature bait. So, I mean, a lizard and a bass are like mortal enemies. When a bass spawns, you've got thousands of eggs sitting there near the bass bed, and a lizard is definitely a threat to that. So a bass is not gonna allow a salamander or a lizard to get this close to their bed and potentially eat their babies. I am beyond a huge fan of throwing lizards in the springtime, and this is a sprayed grass Zoom little 6-inch lizard right here. Love that color with the purple flake in there. And that's only $6, so not that bad of a buy. Then we've got this Crush City right here, the hedgehog. So this is your typical creature bait. It's got a lot of appendages. It's gonna move a lot of water. And a creature bait is basically like a lizard to a bass. So if a mama bass sees one of these crawling on her bed, she gonna do something about it. Gotta do some quick math here. So on all those soft plastics, I only spent $26 before tax. So combine that with my tackle box, and we've only spent $35 of our $100 budget. I feel like we're off to a great start. So with all those soft plastic selections, we now have some baits to kind of slow play a bass or a finicky bass or a bass that's up shallow. But now I want to move on to probably what my favorite way to fish for springtime bass is. And that's with moving baits, right? You can get an epic reaction bite this time of year from largemouth bass. When you get on a good reaction bite in the spring, it can be epic, but lure selection is key. All right, I've gathered a few of my favorite wire baits for the spring. And I mean, honestly, if you take a close look at these, I'd be good with these three lures year round, pretty much. Starting off with a vibrating jig, AKA a chatterbait right here. One of the most effective reaction strike getting baits that I've ever personally used. Just grabbed a little black and blue Z-Man chatterbait right here. This is the 3/8 ounce version, and it comes in at a cool $5.99, not that bad. Very similarly to the chatterbait is the spinnerbait, right? I mean, it's just a classic lure. It's been working for literally ever. White chartreuse is one of my favorite colors of all time. Half ouncer, Strike King, also $5.99. And then the final boss, the buzzbait boys, also by Strike King, 3/8 of an ounce, little black skirt on it. This thing right here is going to get a monster blow up in this video. I'm calling it right now. I don't think you could get better reaction baits than these three right here. All three of these baits dominate in the springtime, and they work really well shallow, grassy areas or laydowns, wood in the water, really effective around docks and other hard structure and near bass beds. These three baits are gonna bring our total up 18 bucks, which brings us to a very modest total of $54 so far. Now, of course, this spring fishing video would not be complete without hard baits, so I picked out 3 of my favorite hard baits to use in the springtime. Obviously, the lipless crankbait has been putting in work for years, and this is one of those super effective lures you can cover a lot of water with and get a bunch of reaction strikes with. And the same goes for the square bill. You know, this thing is like a 4x4 truck. This thing's just meant to go in and out of wood, laydowns, riprap, and, you know, using that bill, it's not gonna get stuck. It's gonna bounce off everything and create a ton of reaction strikes. Now, I prefer white on the lipless, but I like that red crawfish color on the square bills, especially in the springtime. Both of those baits were $7.50, but that's nothing compared to the most expensive lure in this budget challenge. Of course, it had to be a jerkbait. Jerkbaits literally work any time of year, but if you get a finicky bass that's suspending near a spawning area, the jerkbait might be the move for you. This is a Rapala, obviously. It's a little rip stop, a little 1/4 ouncer. And this thing comes in at a solid $12. And a jerkbait might even be more effective if you're in an area where those water temps haven't quite gotten high enough yet. But this thing literally works all the time. So that's $27 more on top of our 56. Oh my God, my math is so bad. $83 is what we're up to, I think, or I could be the worst person at math of all time. Now, by my expert calculations, we have approximately $15 left for terminal tackle, which I was able to just squeeze out what we have right here. So we got hooks for Texas rigging, just real simple eagle claw, 2/0, extra wide gap worm hooks. And then we got some split shot, drop shot hooks that we can use to wacky rig or whatever we want to do there. And we didn't have to worry about a folding tungsten because they didn't have it. So I just went ahead and bought this little 27-piece eagle claw lead weight set. It's got some different options in there. I feel like that's all we're gonna need. These last 3 items should put us right at that $100 budget. Okay, well, we gathered all the gear. We got it all in the basket. I'm gonna go buy all this stuff and see how close I came to that $100 mark. I'm gonna buy this stuff and head out to the pond. I'll see you guys there. All right, boys, we made it out to the lake. We got my buddies Justin right there, who's up there fishing, and we got my buddy Ryan right there, who is the owner of this boat. We got the spring fishing kit right here. I went ahead and loaded it on up into the tackle box. As you can see, she's fully loaded. Didn't have room for the spinnerbait or the buzzbait. I'm also gonna tie them on because it's first thing in the morning. There's like a nice little fog out and a bunch of submerged grass and sticks and stuff. So these 2 baits right here are going to be on the menu for sure. Now let's look at the receipt, right? Because we had to stay under $100. According to the subtotal, I stayed at $99. Now with taxes I went over, but let's be honest, taxes are illegal theft by our government anyways, so I don't really like to count taxes. But everything fit in the tackle box really nice and neatly. Like I said, these two kind of really didn't fit, but I'm gonna tie them on anyways. So we're gonna see today if this juicy lake can produce some big time springtime bites, and we'll see which one of these baits is gonna be the most effective today. Conditions are perfect. I'm seeing a bunch of shallow water, submerged grass. It's gonna get crazy, boys. What happened? What? Your side plate just fell off? Yeah. During a cast? Yeah. Oh no. Did it? Oh, at least it didn't fall in the water.
Yeah, the side plate did.
Oh no. I don't know if that's a bad omen or a good omen.
That's the second time it's happened with that reel.
Y'all are seeing beds already, you said?
Here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ow, I almost just slipped over.
Oh yeah. Something that catches people. I think that's it. It would have never hit it.
I got spinnerbait tied on, got buzzbait tied on. I've also got a little spinning setup now where I can do a little wacky rig. We gotta have one of these guys standing by.
I'm fine.
Let's look at this buzzbait here. Oh, that's so great. It's not that loud either. It's really quiet because this is a calm morning. We got no wind, so that's kind of what I want, more subtle. God, look how foggy this is, man. It's wild.
Unreal is when you come down here and you take your kayak and you paddle up to the back. Little silver side minnows. And
What? Let's pick the old spinnerbait up then.
If I had a place like this to live, I'd probably be all over it.
Oh yeah, that's a good color right there.
Go and catch them because you know right where they were. They were right under the dock. Mean, you know?
Right. Oh, man, felt like a little bitey bite. Yeah, I know.
Do you know how?
We're on. Oh, pulled it out of his mouth. Spinnerbait got a really good, nice
I
bite.
did get one slap my spinnerbait earlier and I didn't get
Really?
it. It was over by the ramp.
Right on the edge of these sticks right there.
Is that white you're throwing?
Yeah, white and chartreuse. Man, he smashed it too. That's that reaction bite we're hoping to get with a couple of these moving baits.
He's been catching mess out of them out there, hasn't he? Yeah.
He's oh no way. Your rod and your line just broke. What happened?
I couldn't tell you.
Jump, jump, jump. Dude, that sound when your rod exploded. I don't even know if that was the rod or the line making that noise. wait, your line and your rod just broke. How did that even?
I lost my.
Oh yeah.
I lost my lure. The worst part. Hey, we can use this to fish out whatever else I drop in the lake.
Yeah, there we go.
You know.
Yeah.
I need one. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. The fish are fighting back this morning. I like it. I know, dude. I had one spinnerbait. You had that monster destroy your setup. I mean, we had a couple opportunities here today already. Got him. What a hook set. Speed worm. Let's go, baby. We're not getting skunked today, Ryan. They're not gonna take advantage of us. We were getting a little worried.
I felt him. He come up and said, "Dink." I said, "That wrong."
Notice when he set the hook, his rod didn't explode. Well, there are fish in this lake.
Nice fish.
Oh, good.
On the buzzbait.
Nice. That's the best one yet.
Yes. Something with some actual shoulders on it.
Yes, it is.
Come here.
That
Holy
was
moly.
son. Full
Dude,
grown.
bro, this fish slurped that thing so softly, Ryan. I mean, there was no blow up, no nothing. He just, like he like politely came up and just, oh, excuse me, I'll take that. Decent fish, man. You got that scale handy?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, just so we can weigh something. Guys, we've been grinding today, and it's been a little rough on us boys out here. About what everybody else thought.
I'll pick up a glide bait.
2.5 pounder, wonderful. If we were fishing at a little Tuesday night tournament, that wouldn't be a bad fish to start off with. Dude, it's such a well-fed fish. Butterball, man, that's so cool. Broke the skunk at about 1:57. There we go. We started at 6:30 a.m. Ryan. Dude, let's go, dude.
Nice.
Hey,
Good
now
job.
it's your turn, brother.
Yeah, it is. Your hands smell like fish now, at least.
I know, man. I was tired of my hand being clean. Really pretty fish right there. Yes, sir. That's so cool in that super clear water. Well, that was the first one of our reaction strike lures to actually pay some dividends, but at least we got a good base layer now. You know, top water's still alive. We're gonna stay out here a little bit longer. Let's keep going. All right, boys and girls, we have changed locations, obviously. Let me tell you, that was a rough day out on the water yesterday. 8 hours and I caught 1 fish successfully. Pretty rough. It's okay, they're getting a little bit more back to my roots today. We're going pond fishing, do some bank fishing, kind of change things up a little bit. Got the kit, obviously, and all the remaining lures that we had. Got 4 rods for some reason, even though I'm bank fishing, but for some reason I thought that was a good idea. So yeah. Amazing weather today though. Overcast, cloudy skies, but still warm. So we are like right in that pre-spawn to spawn transition. There are big fish out there, boys. So the only lure that I ended up catching a fish on yesterday was the buzzbait, but I went ahead and tied that back on to a different combo. Got a Texas rig on here, which I don't know what lure that is, but that needs to come off. But I also have the crankbait and the wacky rigged banana worm. So we got something for just about every situation. It is so stupid to be carrying 4 rods while bank fishing, by the way, just in case anybody didn't know that. Also, that tackle box is rattling around back there. Sounds like I'm carrying a string of tin cans behind me. Gotta walk slowly through here. There's been a lot of springtime bedding activity. Oh, there's a nice fish down there. I knew it. I just spooked out. There's like 2 3 or 4 pounders just now. I'm gonna try to flip this wacky rig out there, just thinking like maybe it's so subtle they might still eat it. They were kind of swimming out last time I saw them. I'm just gonna cast it out that way. I've got a wind knot, of course. God, that is so frustrating. That banana worm looks awfully good in the water though. I think it's gonna find its way into a bass's mouth today, especially if it stays calm like this. So calm. I'm actually shocked it hasn't gotten eaten yet. Oh, oh, oh. Wacky worm. Caught my guy slipping up shallow. If I'm not mistaken, there was 2 bass this size fighting over it right before I pulled it out of the water. There we go. The banana worm claims a victim here. That bass is all bloody-tailed like it's a spawning female, but it's a tiny fish. I'm just gonna kind of chuck him back. Okay, well, it's nice to go ahead and get the skunk out of the way before 6 hours passes, like yesterday. All right, banana worm, I respect it. You've already proven your worth. We're gonna try to throw everything we have in that fishing kit at these fish today. We're not taking it easy on them. There's been a big fish just hanging out right here, right on the back side of that little clump of grass and leaves. Well, we got some wind down here at this other pond, so let's throw the old buzzbait around a little bit more. Oh my God. Jesus, huge snake. Huge water moccasin. Oh, you guys see it swimming across top of the water? Oh my gosh. Why? Why did I have to see this? That's literally the direction I want to go. Freak. That is not what you want to see. This is tall grass too. I'm in freaking shorts and Grundens. F me. Disappears into the long grass. Could be freaking anywhere. Let's hope that water moccasin keeps to himself over there and does not venture this way. I'm gonna chuck around this crankbait a little bit. We got some wind, got some open water out here. Grass. Okay, no go on the crankbait, that's okay. I am seeing a bunch of bass beds though on the other side of the bank, so I need to get this text rig in my hands and make some accurate casts over there. I think this is a good chance for us to use our creature bait. We gave the lizard a little bit of a chance yesterday, but I want to try the creature bait. That black and blue should be really good on an overcast, cloudy day like today. There's my rig. See if we can land it near that bed. Oh, that's pretty close actually. Oh no. Oh, are you kidding me? First cast with the Texas rig and we are snagged. What are we snagged on? Oh, it moved and then it popped off. Thank goodness. Just peppering this bank with casts, but some of my bites are coming pretty far off the bank. Like right there, I just had another one. Look, a fish has my hog right now. Oh, I got that one. And I pulled it out of his mouth. Dang. Okay, back-to-back bites on the little hog over there on the bank. That's a good sign. Ooh, that's a fish. And he dropped it. So frustrating when they do that. This creature bait is getting mauled every time I throw it over there. Pretty much anywhere on that bank. Dang it, man. Why? They just pick it up and they drop it. Gosh. Further on down the line. Oh God, the rod got pulled out of my hand. That's a better fish. Come on, buddy. Over the grass you go. Don't come off, please. We need you. Hey there, buddy. What are you doing? Let me guess. You're guarding a bed over there somewhere, aren't you? All right, the little hog bait. What's this thing called? It's something hog. Trough hog? Dang it, I can't remember. Doesn't matter because it's a creature bait and it worked. Look at that little guy right there. Bet you anything that's a buck bass, and that bank over there seems to be loaded with them. Let's go, buddy. Thank you for participating in my survey today. All right, well, it took us about 8 bites with this creature bait to finally secure a fish, but by golly, we got it done. See, now I'm wondering if I could get my wacky rig over there, because if I could slow drop something in there, that might be nasty. I'm not gonna put it down just quite yet. Just kind of want to keep chucking it out there along this bank line and just hope that I can make it past all the buck bass and eventually make it to the big mama spawning female, because she's not gonna take that sitting down. Next cast, fish. nicer. Running right at me. This is crazy. Oh, come on. Okay, it's not even that big. They're just all, they're coming in with grass. Johnny Morris rod, flipping them in. Okay, that thing shrunk so much on the way in. My guy just, he's having a rough morning. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. I didn't mean to drag you face first through that salad factory. The very next cast after releasing a fish, cast to the same area, there's another buck bass. Almost to illustrate my point of how aggressive these male bass get this time of year. Boy, this is a fun time of year to fish, ain't it? There you go, bud. Appreciate you doing your job. You are not a deadbeat dad. Nobody can ever say that. Well, I'm glad I didn't put the creature bait down. I don't want to get bogged down in this one spot too long. There are a bunch of other ponds out here and I want to keep moving on my feet, but man, this area has just produced so many bites. It's just hard to leave, you know? I will swap this creature bait out though, because if we got bass fired up on these beds along the bank, they will most certainly hit a lizard, right? I mean, I feel like that line of thinking is solid. All right, lizard, come on. It's time to get in the game. That is a pretty rig right there. There is no reason that thing can't work. That's really close. Ooh, that was a bite. Come here, buddy. On the lizard. Another little super aggressive buck bass doing his job. Look at him, he's got a little black mark there on his back fin. Isn't it so weird how these fish are kind of like people, you know? They all look similar, but they also kind of all have individual traits that make them all a little bit different from each other. See you, bud. The lizard is back to its winning ways. I've done a poor job so far of highlighting this lizard. I mean, the lizard is deadly in springtime. It is probably like one of my top 3 favorite soft plastics to use this time of year. Oh, bite. Balls. Bite, drop. Bite, drop. Here he is again. Well, he's making a fool out of me now. Now, I can't be the only one that's shocked that the pink worm has not been touched yet. Like either day. I mean, I had a lot of confidence when I picked the pink bubblegum trick worm as one of my springtime lures. I had a ton of confidence, and so far it's the only soft plastic that hasn't caught a fish yet. So there you go. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't think the banana Cinco was going to catch a fish before the bubblegum trick worm did. Oh, crankbait in my pants. Of course, crankbait hasn't been in a fish's mouth, but now it's been in my pants. Also, really quickly, guys, all of my peeps out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and there are a lot of you guys, if you're looking for a job, listen to me really quickly. We have a company out in Dallas, Texas that deals with sports cards, sports memorabilia, and live streams on Fanatics Live and on whatnot. We are looking for live streamers. We're looking for breakers. Like, we are actively hiring people right now. And it doesn't matter when you're hearing this. We are literally hiring new people all the time. It's a super fun and interesting job, and we need more people. So please email hiring@waxedbreaks, right? I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Email them a legit resume, tell them why they should hire you, and do a little LOJO name drop. That might actually help you get hired. But yeah, I see a freaking fish just kind of hanging around in this cove. Oh, he's looking at my pink worm. Oh, he's looking at it. Those bass didn't look interested at all. Oh my God, there's another water moccasin patrolling the bank over there. Are you kidding me right now? Well, what is going on today? That's the second venomous snake I've seen at about this distance. I can see his little heads coming in and out of there. Cast right at him. Maybe I'll scare him. With all this grass I'm seeing, we probably need to get the old spinnerbait and the chatterbait back in the mix here soon as well. It's a really good look at a bed right down there. That's a pretty good size bed too. We might have to come back and walk by this one a little bit later and check on it. Wow. Oh, got hit on impact. Jeez. There's a bed over there too. I wonder if that's where that bass ate me off of. Oh, finally a little tug. Getting opportunities. It's just springtime, man. It's just kind of how it is. A lot of bites. Don't always land them. That was a really good example of a reaction bite, right? Like, you guys can't see, but we'll walk over there in just a second. But there's a bass bed right there where I'm casting, right up next to the bank. And I casted at it and basically hit right behind it. And there was a bass sitting there and just ate it immediately out of pure reaction, you know? There's a much better look at the bed right there that I was casting at. I'm guessing that bass was just to the left of it. All right, boys and girls, it is yet another new day. And as you can see, we're heading down to the backyard pond on the e-bike. So I want to kind of sneak up on them a little bit. Now, we did really good yesterday switching it up from lake to pond. Caught a bunch of fish, but we still have a bunch of lures out of our $100 fishing kit that we have not technically made work yet. A couple of those are the chatterbait and the crankbait, and there's a couple other lures besides that, but I want to focus on the moving baits and the reaction bite today. I am going to start with the old chatterbait. Fish. Oh, it came off. Oh, now that is just annoying. I had a fish bite right off the front of the dock and he just pulled right off. That is irritating. Fish. Oh my gosh, I yeeted him. Do I still have him? No, he's unhooked. Dang it. Well, we had one on the chatterbait. I made a bomb cast like way out here, knowing that there's like some transition from like, you know, 4 feet down to 6, 7 feet. And that little guy got taken for a ride. The chatterbait has already gotten 2 bites out here though, so I'm just kind of slow rolling that chatterbait most of the time, and then I might kind of give it like a hard crank or 2, or I might give it like a twitch or something, but for the most part I'm just kind of slow rolling it and let it do most of the work. What about that side of it? Oh my god, I got bit right there, right in front of me. I just got cranked again. I'm getting cranked like right over here, right by me. He hit me so hard right there, he put slack in my line. There he is again. Yes, got him that time. Drag, slip, and everything. This fish has bit me 3 times. Haha, this time we got him. Oh, that's cool, man. I thought you were a lot bigger than that. I thought you were a lot bigger than that based off of the drag slip that I had upon the hook set. And there we go. That's above the slot limit, just barely. You know, definitely not a huge fish or anything, but that is the size we want to keep. And he looks healthy, more importantly. Healthy looking fish. That's what we want to see. Not skinny, not malnourished. Genes appear to look pretty good. Heck yeah, backyard pond. Yes, sir. So funny. I'm making like all these bomb casts all out here to every corner of the pond. It turns out the fish that I needed to catch was this far away from me right here. He was like right there almost the entire time. Well, there we go. We have kind of checked the chatterbait off the list. Now, I definitely don't want to put it down, but we have other lures to consider here. Another lure that I'm shocked has not technically worked yet in this video is the lipless crankbait. All this out here is the deepest water in the pond now on this side. So if we were ever gonna find a cranking fish, this might be where we would find it. Dude, there's a lot of snags out here nowadays. Man, I don't remember there was always a lot of snags. Oh, there goes our lipless crankbait. That is lame and unfortunate. Oh well, we still have an entire tackle box filled with spring fishing gear, so I think we'll be okay. An easy replacement is just going to be this crawfish colored square bill. And just coincidentally, we just stocked all those crawfish in here recently, so maybe the bass are used to them by now. Maybe they've been munching them a little bit, and this bright red square bill would look appealing to them if they have been munching on crawfish. Oh yeah, I got a good feeling about this thing. I think it's gonna look exceptionally good in this water clarity. Oh yeah, I'm bouncing off stuff, bouncing off the bottom, and that type of bouncing around is what normally gets that reaction bite. Ooh, we're on. What a bite. That is a nice fish. Stay down, my goodness. He hit that like a ton of bricks. No, I knew he was gonna do that. Dang it. That was a nice fish. I wish you guys could have felt how he hit that crankbait. Gosh, that was such a good bite. That might have been one of the bigger bass we've caught out of the pond in a long time. That was a nice fish. Once he started jumping all crazy in the very beginning, I knew, I just knew he was gonna spit those hooks. Well, you know, that's interesting because I chucked that white lipless crankbait out here quite a few times without a bite. And then I tie on the red crawfish pattern square bill, you know, a little bit of a different action, a little bit of a different color, and boom, all of a sudden we get a quality bite. Bite. Another digging fish. God, another nice fish. No jumping, no jumping, no jumping, no jumping. Get him up here. Oh yeah, look at how he got that. All right, let's try to take things nice and slow here, bud, okay? Oh yeah. came out clean. He's bleeding a little bit, but I got it out of him really clean. So I have a lot of high hope that that bass is gonna be just fine. Now that's a little bit of a long, skinny situation. Yeah, you know, he's a little skinnier than I'd like him to be, but maybe this is a male, and this time of year they can get a little skinny, but overall, he's longer and he's got, you know, a decent frame to him. So, heck yeah, man. Not as big as that last one that got off, but the crawfish crank just comes in off the bench and immediately starts doing what I thought it could do from the beginning. All right, bud, are you ready? Yeah, I think he was ready. I dare say the backyard pond is firing up. I'm seeing some bass beds. We're getting some quality, solid, sizable bites out here on multiple lure presentations. Boys, this is what springtime fishing's all about right here. Went ahead and tied on one of the last baits we had to check off in the entire tackle box, and that is that little rip stop jerk bait. And I've got this on a casting combo on a windy day, so we'll see how long this lasts. I just want to see this thing in the water. Well, you guys can't see it, but it has really good action when you twitch it. I mean, it is super erratic, and it stops too. I see why they call it a rip stop, because it definitely stops hard on a dime. Not a lure that I'm particularly good at using, a jerkbait, but I do know the basics of it. That's about it. And I suppose if you're dealing with finicky fish or suspending fish, then there probably isn't too many things better than a jerkbait. So it definitely has its purpose. Let's just see how the fish in my backyard pond respond to it. Ton of little bass always hanging out around the dock, looking for an easy meal. Oh, we just got wrecked. Oh, we foul hooked him. He must have been swiping at it like crazy. Oh, look at my guy. I felt the bite, but then he wasn't on there, and then he was on there. So I'm guessing he tried to hit it, and he ended up hooking himself. My guy, I love you. I'm gonna take care of you, don't you worry. The most aggressive bass in the pond. Oh, he's not much bigger than the bait. So yeah, these are the kind we definitely don't want to put back in the pond. So I'm gonna go relocate him to the backyard swamp real quick. Welcome to your new home.
Well, that was an interesting 3 days of fishing, but if you guys want a chance to win this little spring fishing kit right here, just keep on listening to me for like 60 more seconds. And at this point in the video, the only people that are watching right now are like the real best subscribers on YouTube type people. So you're the people that I want to talk to right now specifically. I mentioned it earlier in the video, but just in case you missed it, for anybody that lives in Dallas-Fort Worth area, if you're looking for a job, I am part owner of a company out there who is literally hiring right now. It's a sports memorabilia company. We do sports cards, live streams on Whatnot and Fanatics Live mainly. We've got multiple teams of breakers. The breakers are the people that work on the live streams, and they're the ones opening all the really cool sports memorabilia. That's what we're hiring for, is that job. So if you're somebody who's trying to make some extra money, and you can make some extra money working these jobs, send an email to hiring@waxbreaks.com. I'm gonna put it right here on the screen. Send them a resume, tell them LOJO sent you. Second thing, I'm going to be at the Bassmaster Classic coming up in just a few days, so hopefully I'm gonna see a ton of you guys out there. I know I will. It's gonna be a really fun event out in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm really looking forward to keeping track of the actual tournament itself too, and just see who wins. But also that Saturday night, so Saturday, March the 22nd, myself and Jigging with Jordan are going to be on a Whatnot stream on the Robert Turkla, his Whatnot stream. So if you guys wanna hang out on that stream some, all you have to do is download Whatnot, which is a free app, by the way. And if you click the link that I'll put down in the description, you actually get $15 to spend for free on Whatnot if you sign up using that link, my link. But you don't have to spend money to come into the stream. That's just for the people who want to come on there and maybe buy something cool from a video, or buy something from me or Jigging with Jordan, an autographed item, or anything like that. There's already a ton of people bookmarking that show, so it's probably gonna be crazy. Last time I did a Whatnot stream, there was like 700 of you guys there. So this one with Jigging with Jordan might even get bigger than that. Last thing, and that is how you guys could win this tackle box. Super simple, and I want somebody to get it, okay? All you have to do is make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. And this is important because over 60% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. So please do me a favor and click that button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you turn on the bell notification button. It's free to do, and you can always unsubscribe later. And once you've subscribed, just hit the thumbs up button on this video. That's literally all you have to do. I'm gonna pick a random subscriber, and in my next upload, down in the description of that video, and I'm gonna try to put it in the video itself, I'll post the giveaway winner, and then you can send me an email, and I'll get the tackle box sent right out to you. That was a lot just now, guys. Sorry for rambling, but that's kind of what the end of the video is for. Thank you guys for all the continued love and support on this channel. I will be eternally grateful to you guys for that. I'll see you in the next video, boys. Peace out.